Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Brooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
It's the Man Cave Morning Show. Hey. It's the Man Cave Morning Show. Wake your ass up.
It's the Man Cave Morning Show.
Slap that up. Morning Show.
Thursday edition.
Yes. We in here.
We are all in here today.
In the building.
Yes. We alive.
Yes,
Yes.
we live.
We healthy.
Hey, we healthy.
Amen.
We are here.
Amen.
Dig it.
Yes.
And I
Shout
ain't
out to
hungry.
everybody
I ate breakfast.
on the check-in.
Yep.
You already know what it is,
He
man.
said I ate breakfast.
One more day,
Yes.
and it's the weekend.
Praise God.
It's the weekend. Clap it up for the weekend coming.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing.
Yes. Let me introduce
That's all that is.
the awesome squad of the Man Cave Morning Show.
Yeah.
Yep.
To my far right,
Hey.
the dude that gets a little rude, especially when he's in a bad mood. We call him Deacon Woo Woo.
All right.
Deacon
Let's
Woo Woo.
get it. Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yes.
Hey.
Sitting right next to me.
Hey.
My man, 50 grand.
Mm-hmm.
We go all the way back when we created the master plan.
That's right.
My man, Smooth P.
What's up, y'all? Good morning.
Come on. And to the left of me, with the red hair,
The sparkling.
the red dress.
The effervescence.
Yes, the flamethrower,
The shiny.
the wonderful,
The flamethrower.
the amazing
Dig it.
Jackie D.
Wow. I ate all that.
DJ Clam Doll. No doubt. Now hold up.
Peace, sir.
I'm sorry. I am just storming on the general. Humbly at your service. Peace and blessings to y'all. One love. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce and say thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, not introduce, but say thank you to everybody listening to us right now.
Yes.
Live on YouTube. Watching us live right now on Twitter and Periscope. Watching us live right now on Ustream. Watching us live on the mother site, WBKS1.com.
Bang, bang.
Listening to us live on that TuneIn app. Make sure you download the TuneIn app.
That's
Because
right.
why? It's free.
Free.
We like free stuff. Yes. Shout out to everybody checking us out and watching us live and participating on FB. Salute to you all. Let's clap it up for you guys.
And please don't forget to share this out.
Yes. And let me give some FB love real quick. Shout out to Eddie Belly on the check-in. Salute to Eddie Belly. Shout out to Janice Maxine Brooks on the check-in. Good morning, Kenny Johnson.
Good morning.
Good morning, Patricia Shell Gibbons. And let's say to my sister-in-law, man, forget that in-law. To my sister,
That's right.
happy birthday to you.
Happy born.
Happy birthday to the platinum listener, Patricia Shell Gibbons. It's your day, sis. I love you. We love you. The Man Cave Morning Show.
All right.
Yes. Shout out to Dee Dee on the check-in.
What up?
Shout out to Tamika Atkins on the check-in. Shout out to Michael Ross on the check-in. Shout out to Anthony Buffalo on the check-in. What's up?
Peace, big bro.
Barb on the check-in. Kat on the check-in. Dorothy Bolton on the check-in. Good morning, Dorothy. Good morning, Kimberly Renee. Good morning, Danzel. Good morning, Kimberly Washington. Good morning, Anthony Williams. Salute to you all.
Peace to everybody.
Yes. Peace to everybody. Yes. Let's get this show started.
Yes.
So, Jay.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
Okay,
So today we're going to be talking about love. Love is essential in a relationship, but is it enough? That's one. Is it enough?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. And the second topic is disciplining your child back in the day and now. What's the difference? Those are some of the topics that we're going to be talking about. Yeah,
good ones.
They're
very good. Yeah.
Yes. So
For
we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
We got a lot going on today, so you're going to want to tune in. You're going to want to share it out.
Yes, please.
So what you want? Let's see. You know what? I want to go in on this first because you know how we do. Let's talk about the roots. Did an article. You familiar with The Root?
Of course.
The Root. So it's a blog that caters to us. Caters to us and everything. And they just posted an article. So I'm going to show you the article right first, right? So if you read this, it says, when will white people learn that racist social media posts will haunt them forever?
Never.
When will they learn? Right? And so what sparked that is, all right, and I'm gonna show you the post that was posted about our beloved Maxine Waters by this restaurant owner. Check it out. Look at it. Bang. Somebody read that.
Maxine Waters. Shut your
big fat lips. No one wants to hear your racism. Y'all can't spell.
Remarks. Okay. That's Ebonics at its best. Go back to Africa, where you're from.
Wow.
I'm sorry, wasn't she born here?
Maxine Waters, shut your big fat lips. No one wants to hear your racism.
That's from
remarks.
Judy Taylor Maxine.
Go back to Africa. Where
go
you're
back
from.
to school.
She needs to go back to schoolium.
Big
Judy
dummy.
Tally Maxie.
I cannot.
All right. So now,
Julie Tally. Maxie.
Yeah. Let's break this down. All right. So, according to WWB TV, Maxie is the owner of Caddy's Restaurant, and she has a history of making controversial posts on social media. And on Monday, she made one directed at California Representative Maxine Waters, accusing her of being racist, making disparaging comments about her lips and directing her to go back to Africa. Maxie made her post presumably in response to Waters' call for people to continue to confront Trump administration officials and cabinet members over the administration's policy of separating children and parents at the border. So now, with that being said, all right, now that y'all reading that beautiful remark from Maxie, where do we go from here? So this post, let's get this straight. When you post something on Twitter or social media, it stays there forever.
Because people repost, take snapshots, and they send it out.
Also, Twitter posts, they get recorded in the Library of Congress. People don't know that.
Wow.
A lot of people, a lot of people don't know that. I'm glad we know that. But
no, you're the one that told me. That's how I know it. You're the one that told me last month.
Yeah. So now she's gonna catch a lot of heat. She's a business owner, and thank God she's a business owner because she can't fire herself.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are going to be protesting.
Yeah, they could fire her.
Hitting up that restaurant and everything.
So she's a restaurant owner.
Let me just say this. When you're of another color besides black and brown, you'll get a little heat. But guess what? People will still go to her restaurant, or if it's a great restaurant. And when I say that, meaning if the food is good, we will protest. But there will be a lot of people that won't, because they'll give her a pass. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But like I said yesterday, they are no longer hiding under sheets.
Yeah.
Okay? This administration has brought out all the racist people who ever wanted to say something derogatory about our brown skin or anyone that is brown. They've been waiting for this moment. So it might be a little backlash, but no, I don't think so. And by the way, sweetie, I love my lips.
That's
okay?
Right.
And she wasn't
so
born
do
in
your
Africa.
Men. So
all right?
Your men believe that.
And y'all want to beat us. Let's just be real here.
Yeah.
Y'all want these fat booties, these thick lips.
This is for sure.
So let's just think about that. Y'all want to get y'all hair done like ours, wear cornrows and all types of stuff, box braids with beads on them. Because soon as you go to the islands, that's the first thing you do. Go and get some box braids with some beads. So cut it.
She talking to you, Maxie.
Stop it. All right, get out of here.
But you know what? I'll say, I've said it before and I'll say it again. To me, that actually is the gift and the curse of the Trump administration.
You're right.
The curse is that, like I said, these people really think that they can just come out their face and say these things now. But the gift is these people are actually coming out their face and saying these things. So it's the same thing, because now at least you know where people actually stand. People who you might have thought was one way, you find out is actually a whole totally different way, and that's good for you to know. Because, like you said, things that's done in the dark come out into the light. Now everything is, they don't care about the dark no more. They walk around like it's light all the time.
So
and that's good for me, because I want to know who I'm dealing with. I'd rather know, one, whether I need to spend my money with you or not, or two, do I need to be on the defense around you or not, versus having to guess or thinking that I'm good. So, like I said, it's a gift and a curse. Yes, it will get a lot of people hurt. But at the same token, like I said, it helps to enlighten us to know what we're dealing with and who we're dealing with. Like you said, because they're not hiding behind these sheets anymore. Before, it could be a doctor, it could be a lawyer, it could be a police officer that are under these sheets. Now they don't care about the sheets, so they're coming straight out. So you know from the door, okay, well, I need to watch this one.
All right, Paul Joseph Williams said,
yes,
they love our culture, they just don't like us.
Yes, facts.
And that's and look, again, because I gotta make sure I clarify something. It's not all of them.
No, of course not. No,
you and I say that in the same breath, just like when they talk about police brutality. It's it's not all of them.
Yeah,
it's not all of them. So, we know that we're in a whole different climate right now, a whole different type of situation right now with this administration in office. And with that being said, we're gonna.
You know what? I just want to say something to you that I meant to say something earlier. I'm sorry, before we started the show. Remember last week we talked about we talked about the gentleman in Pittsburgh who was shot. Remember we ran a video, the young guy who jumped from the car.
Right.
Well, the officer has been indicted.
Really?
Mind you,
Clap
guys.
that up.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Let me. I apologize for not telling you. I apologize. But yes, he's been indicted.
He's not gonna go to jail. Though,
Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you. First of all, he had just got sworn in a few hours before.
Yeah.
So let's just pray that something comes out of this other than his getting a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Because he was new and fresh on the job, and he said. This what he said. He thought he saw a gun. How you thought you saw a gun with the kid running
backwards
with his back to you, and he just let off the rounds in him. So he has been indicted. And thank you, Pittsburgh commissioner, whoever you are, whatever they call you in Pittsburgh, for doing that. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize. I meant to tell you that earlier.
I know nothing's gonna come out of it though. But
before we move on, I wanted to make a comment about the person that left the Twitter thing.
Right.
Yes.
So your response to the fact that people are protesting internment camps is to
shut up,
tell somebody to go back to Africa.
Yeah.
You're a recalcitrant buffoon. That's your answer to me saying, hey, listen, I don't believe that in America people's children should be ripped from them. So your answer is to say, go back to Africa. So if you're a business owner, I hope the health department visits you. I hope your restaurant gets swarmed with roaches. Your lack of humanity is despicable, right? And whatever, we need to put you on blast, whatever your restaurant is, because the same way that they protested the red roof or whatever, nobody go to that business. And if you're seen going in there, we know exactly who you are. You're an anti-human being. You're a beast and an animal.
Right.
Push.
Clap that up.
Wow.
No doubt. Clap that up.
Yes.
All right. So, in case you're just joining us, we're talking about a few things today. I want to go into, because I kind of want to tie this in with yesterday we lost the father of icons, Joe Jackson. And again, condolences and prayers to the Jackson family and everything. But it kind of ties in with our second topic, and then before we move to the first one,
okay.
Our second topic, we'll go in like a ladder.
Yeah.
Today, disciplining your child back in the day.
Yeah.
And now.
And now.
What's the difference? Disciplining your child back in the day, and now. What's the difference? So, let's go into that, and I want you, the listeners, and everybody on whatever social media platform you're listening to us on, to call in or comment about that. What's the difference between how you see, discipline with children back in the day as opposed to now? Back in the day, and who wants to start? I remember my mom taking that switch and my pops taking that switch to my behind when I was acting out.
Did they make you go and get it off the tree?
Oh yes.
You had to take that walk.
That only happened when I was down south. Like that never happened here. Down south, I had to go get it off the tree myself.
Oh, it happened right on Garfield, bro.
Yeah,
it happened right on Garfield, and I broke my own trying to find the smallest. But what I realized is that the smallest hurt.
Exactly.
The smallest one hurts the most.
I didn't know that the first three beatings.
Smallest one leaves the whelps.
The first three beatings, I didn't realize that. But when let me tell you
hurt the most.
one thing about my parents. When I did get my behind whooped, I deserved it.
Yeah.
I deserved it. It was what it was. But that's how it was back in the day. Nowadays, you go tell one of these kids today, go get that switch, break that thing off the tree, and come here, whatever. They'll break the switch off the tree and hit you with it.
Exactly.
And beat your ass.
And hit you with it.
You're right. Yeah.
That's the difference.
Well, there you go. That's the biggest difference
Yes.
right there. That's what I was going to hit on. The biggest difference is the lack there of respect.
Yes.
Like there's no more respect for the authority figure in the household by these children these days, because all of them think that they're grown and you shouldn't be telling me nothing, and who are you to tell me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus, like, I'm 47 years old, and I still to this day give older people, well, I give anybody respect, you know, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
older
if you're
people
older
especially.
than me, you
Right,
get
right.
respect. Like, I'm 47. I don't cuss around my father or my
Say that.
stepmother.
Yes.
And if I do, and if it is a conversation where I have to say one, I'd be like, excuse me for what I'm about to say.
Yes.
Before I say, you know what I'm saying? I excuse
Yes.
myself as a grown ass
Yes.
man.
I know.
Before I don't just start mother effing blah blah blah. I would never
Yes.
do that.
Right.
At
Yes.
47.
Yes.
These kids now 2 and 3 and 5
He said 2 and
cussing,
3.
cussing like crazy, like they sold you. Like, yo, where'd you learn that
Yeah.
from? But the difference is that, and that the worst thing that could have ever happened with disciplining your children was people getting the authorities involved in.
Yes. Oh, like DIFUS?
DIFUS and stuff. That was the worst thing that could ever happen to for disciplining your children.
It's needed because some people abuse
They
it.
go overboard.
They go overboard with
Discipline
it.
and abuse is two different
Right,
things.
exactly. But that's why DIFUS.
No, because by DIFUS standards, they're looked at as the same, and even the verbiage that you use.
Right.
Like with schools and stuff like that. Like, you can't say that you beat. If you say that you beat your child,
Oh my God, you in trouble.
versus I spanked them or I disciplined them. Now you could have done the same
No,
exact
you got to use
thing.
the word discipline.
You have to
Right.
use discipline. You can't say you beat your.
I
If you say
disciplined my
you
child.
beat your child,
Yes.
So pop on the butt now. You say discipline.
Yes, you
discipline.
have to say discipline. If you
yes,
say beat,
yes, that's when DIFUS would be called, and then that's when it's,
teacher
you know,
raising an eyebrow and minding your business.
Yes.
Mhm.
So-
To me,
Yeah.
that's the biggest difference. Like I said, the lack of respect and getting officials involved. where it
Yes.
would be.
No,
Okay, go ahead, sir.
No. I just want to know, just by a show of hands.
Mm-hmm.
So do y'all think even today hands need to be laid on children?
Yeah.
Oh
Even
wait,
today?
let me
definitely.
raise both.
Both
I'm
hands.
talking-
Can you see both? Both.
Hands
Both.
and feet for
Both.
these kids.
Yes. And
Okay.
okay, let me tell you why.
Mhm.
You
Go
want to
ahead.
know why?
Go ahead.
So this is the thing. For me, when I was coming up, like my mother was I knew she did it in love. Even back then when she yoked me up for the simplest thing, because my mother wanted to raise ladies.
There you go.
She called us her ladybugs. She wanted us to be respectful and respected.
That's right.
So that's a difference. A lot of stuff that my mother did, even though I saw it for myself, I knew that she used to say, don't do what I do.
Exactly. Do as I say.
Do as I say and even do better. You understand? So my mother lived a crazy lifestyle. We didn't come and live with her till we were eight years old, me and my twin sister. So by then we were pretty much on the right path because we were raised by our godparents who were older and they were in church and everything. So when we got to live with my mom, because she was young. She had kids at a young age. She was already. I tell everybody she was Cookie before Cookie was Cookie.
Right.
My mother was crazy. All right. And if we did something wrong, she would talk to us first. My mother rarely had to lay hands on us because we were already on a straight path, even at 8. But I have other brothers and sisters, and 2 of my brothers, they actually went the wrong way, you know. But me and my twin didn't, and my older sister. So I look at it like today, these kids, like you said, P, have no respect.
Zero.
I've actually seen kids get up in their grandparents' face. You understand? We would never do that. Never. We had a respect. My aunts and my uncles was always uncle and aunt such and such.
Exactly.
These kids nowadays call you by your first name. They don't care. They are so. One second, Will. They are so disrespectful, and I do believe that when you spoil the child and spare the rod, you are not doing anybody a good service. You're doing a disservice, and that's why they are so incorrigible.
Clap that up for yourself.
They are incorrigible.
Yeah.
Beat the hell out of them.
There is a conspiracy to take power away from the parent to give it to the child. Not just in our community, but we are the canary in the cage, meaning what happens to us first happens to the rest of the country. If you look at how our families were destabilized, it was through the welfare system, the diaper system, etc. Now, no one is advocating abuse of children. However, children need to be disciplined because their frontal cortexes are not formed. They don't know how to delay gratification. They don't know the difference between right and wrong. So on occasion, you gotta shock them.
That's what the priest did to the kid.
Shock them. No, please.
That's not
I don't co-sign that. No, that's not what
that's not what he did.
So what happens is, if you want to control people en masse, not just black or white, what you have to do is break up the family. Okay? Children respond to structure. Children respond to authority. We're living in a country now where people are afraid of children. That's completely backwards. And then they give children a bunch of information and think they're intelligent, but they don't have wisdom. What we have as the older generation is wisdom. So what's happening is you're giving children advocacy in the wrong way. Children have to observe. They have to listen. The reason that I know what fork to use, what knife to use, to step outside of my woman and she steps on the inside. Yes, sir. No, sir. You know, knowing how to delay gratification, understanding my elders, knowing that sometimes the way you learn is just you just sit and you listen. How the hell can you learn something if you know everything? And I find this in terms of my fencing. You are protecting your children by not allowing them to do and say whatever they want. But in this country, and especially in our community, one phone call, right? You devastate the family, then turn around after you were the people that devastated the family and say, look at them. They're savages. Their families aren't together. They're this and they're that. It's a conspiracy.
So thank you. So this is what I want to say to Wu, and you're right. So I want to say this. Remember when your parents used to say to you, you could be in a room with a bunch of grown-ups and you better not open your mouth?
Of course not.
Children should be seen and not heard.
Yes.
Nowadays, the children want to get involved in the adult conversation, or the parents put the kids in the adult conversation. I promise y'all the other day, I told my son's 25. Go ahead, and I'll finish. Keep your hand on that button.
Caller from the 978. State your name when you call it from. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show.
How you doing?
How you doing? What's your name?
My name's Eric.
Eric, what's up, man?
Good
what's
morning.
going on? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm calling from Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Lawrence, Massachusetts. Okay, welcome to the show. What's your comment?
How you doing? Nothing. I'm just. Are you guys live with the comment on the disciplining the children?
Yes, we're live.
Okay. First of all, I want to shout out Dawood, and he and I went to grammar school together, the Chad School.
Oh,
shout out to Chad. Let's clap that up.
Who this?
What's up, dude? But I totally agree with what you guys are saying. But there's a couple things to remember. Like, you know, you have a child that you're clothing and feeding. They need to respect you because there's an economic component that you're investing in them.
Yes.
So if parents are allowing or, you know, allowing young people to call you by your first name
Yes.
and to cuss at you, that's crazy.
Yes.
Especially since you're providing housing and food and everything else with that, man. So if children are allowed to be disrespectful, they'll be disrespectful. You know,
Right.
I mean,
So
even before you start physically disciplining them, there has to be a decorum that you begin with.
Yes.
Right. So, Carla, let me ask you this question. So, do you believe yourself in physical discipline? Do you believe in physical discipline with a child?
Well, I think it's a tough call. You know, I think that, you know, I'm coming up on 48 years old.
Yes, sir.
And this is back in a time when you could be physically disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
And many times it's hard to, you know, I'm just starting to understand a lot of the discipline that I got as a child. And, you know, there's a gap of 30 years before you really understand the vicious ass whoopings you might have taken
Right.
back in the day. You know, it's, you know, I was not a bad kid, but I didn't know the difference. But of course, I had to navigate and get through, you know, the crack being pumped into our neighborhoods and the other things.
Right.
To go to school and to go to college and to leave Newark and to come up here and to have survived. So, you know, I had to cut my parents a break and be like, I understand where you're coming from, because when you walked out the door, they didn't know what you were going to do and they didn't know what you were doing while you were out in the street.
Right.
True.
So they assumed the worst, which I'm kind of glad they did, but that doesn't change how you feel when you take that route.
If I may,
it's one of the you got a bunch of tools in your golf bag, and that's one of them. But like, you can't discount it. I mean, we see where we are as a result of not being able to really use that as, I don't want to say a weapon, but a tool to get your child from here to there. Because as we all know, they have a jail cell waiting for each and every one of us. So you have to get your child to the other side by any means you have at your disposal.
If I can interject, the grammar school that we went to, they believed in corporal punishment.
Okay.
I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that again.
Okay.
We got. Okay, listen.
How you doing, man?
What's up, baby? Check this out. When you did something wrong, they would call an assembly, and your parent would come in and whoop you in the assembly.
What?
That's the first thing.
Sorry. What?
Was it Catholic?
No. It was a private
Chad school.
Chad school. It was a black nationalistic school.
Okay.
Number one.
And they had money. Whoever went to Chad.
Number two. The guy named
no, we didn't have money. Listen, it was an alternative.
My science teacher, named Brother Pat, we should call him brother and sister. He would whoop us. I'm just keeping it real. So with his fist.
Oh, what?
One time he punched
a teacher.
One time he lined us up all in a row because we didn't pull a chair out for a sister. We used to call each other brother and sister in the lunchroom. So one kid named Nafis Koit said, I'm not pulling no chair out. So he cleared the lunchroom and punched us all in the chest.
Wow.
And one kid had an asthma attack.
Oh,
Now,
Lord. Jesus.
before you get all bent out of shape and called diapers, right? It was a different time. And what I will say is that everyone that I know,
think that the statute of limitations is
up. Everyone, all I'm gonna say is this: I'm gonna state facts. Doctors, lawyers, attorneys, like everyone that came out of my grammar school has their head on straight.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm just letting you know. Like, we could talk about what's good and what's bad. Every single man that I know and woman that went to that school has their head on straight, and we have respect and discipline and a sense of self. So that when I went to Rutgers University and this big white world opened up, I still knew who I was.
All right. No doubt. Carla, we want to thank you for calling in, bro.
Thank you for calling
school,
in. Baby.
Hey, you guys be well, man.
Respect.
Thank you.
Take care.
All the way from Massachusetts.
Yeah, shout out to Massachusetts.
Yes. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
So this is the thing for me. Like, as he was talking about the Chad school, I remember the Chad school, and I'm not even gonna lie. I thought everybody that went to Chad was uppity. I did. Me and everybody else.
I grew up on Amherst, baby.
We thought they were uppity because they were in Chad school, because we were in public school. So you know
my
how you have
grandfather
that.
and father put money together.
But you know how you have that
poor.
dichotomy where you see someone in a private school and you're in a public school. Yeah. You know, it's a difference. But I can say the people that I know that have graduated or come out of private schools, they are doing pretty well. But I want to say, for me, with my twin sister and being in public school and having a mom the way that, and I want to say my aunts, because they had a lot to do with our upbringing. Even if they went astray, they made sure that we had our head on properly. And again, like I said, my mother raised a lady. You understand? And if she, one thing I could say, I don't ever remember my mother ever slapping me in the face. That to me is the most demeaning thing you could ever do to a child. I would never ever slap any one of my kids in the face, but I will tear that bottom up.
I got slapped in the face.
Okay, I never got slapped in the face.
Smack her child in the face because he spit on her.
Well, she should have.
And she smacked him right in the face.
Let me clap that up. She should have, because that's nasty. But you know, I don't think it's anything wrong with disciplining. See, I said that word. Disciplining your child, because some of these kids need it. They listen. You have to start really getting them in the right way once they start walking.
Yes.
Because if you don't, they are going to embarrass you something terrible when you go somewhere. Even that little G baby of mine, she's throwing tantrums now, and one day she was screaming in the hallway, and I said, "Who's screaming like that?" I go outside, it was her, and she wasn't doing nothing but standing there screaming. So my daughter is looking at her, and I said, "Oh my God,
what are you
that's
doing?
You when you were a baby. Now you are going to see what I went through. You used to do the same thing, and know what I would do? I would walk away and leave her standing there screaming. She's gonna come eventually. You know, like to me, it's crazy." And you have to start getting them in order in the beginning.
But see, that's part of part of the problem. Also, parenting in itself has changed so dramatically.
Yes.
Like,
dramatically?
Dramatically.
Dramajesty. Jermaine's son.
Well, whatever. I'm sorry.
That's a smooth P-ism.
There you go. Whatever I said. I don't even know what I said now.
Baby. I'll be
that's dramatic and drastically put together.
A new word.
Dramatically.
I like it. I like it.
I like it. Let's add that to the
dictionary. I'm patenting that today.
Dig it. Dramatically.
I'm getting the shirt.
Cousin of Dramajesty.
Dramatically.
Right. Jermaine's son. Go ahead. Yes.
But because of the fact that, like Jackie said, no matter what your parents were doing and or into, they still took out the time to parent you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That was the difference. Versus today, parents are into doing their own thing, and they just look at the kid like, well, they
go get your phone.
They old enough. They could do they could do it on their own.
Where your iPad at?
And that's why these kids get that sense of, I don't need you. I could do it for much, because they do so much for themselves.
Yes.
Without being directed by the parents, and the parents want to be their friends instead of disciplining them. So that in itself is why I think one, the respect level has diminished.
Agreed. And we're gonna read some of your comments.
Yes. Because they don't respect the parent, because the parents not I won't say all parents, but a lot of them. It's just that generational gap now, that you have a whole generation of parents who came up, unfortunately, born maybe in the crack era, and whatever. So they just parent differently, and the kids are suffering because of that, and everybody else is suffering because the kids are suffering.
But you know the crazy thing, P and Woo and Jay.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like we talked about getting the Switch and all this, whatever. The new discipline now is, give me that video game.
Yeah, exactly. Taking the phone.
Give me that video game. No video game for a week.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or
talk about it.
Or like the phone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All right, taking away your phone for a month. But Dad, what are you talking about? Give me your phone.
That's a lifeline.
That's the new ass whooping now.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
I'm gonna take away your phone, blah blah blah, this, that.
Yes.
Or I even heard one parent say, give me your credit card.
Oh wow.
Oh. They got them now.
You're not using your card. Some kids got their own. Parents get their credit card now.
Yeah. Talking about your credit card. Talking about go to your room and the Joker got a 50-inch plasma in his room. They say take your phone and he's Skyping on the computer.
Yeah.
Like stop.
Like there's other ways around it.
We were all raised in a very conservative way.
Yeah.
It was corporal punishment. All of us went to church. All of us had Easter suit. All of us had to know what knife and fork to use. All of us had to go walk outside of the female, and all of us got this. Now we don't. I take my way over your way. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Say what you want.
Agree.
Take it how you want. These kids is off the chain.
Yep.
And I think it's our fault.
Yep. And let's read some comments.
All right.
Shout out to everybody on checking.
Yeah. Hey everyone. Kurt Donnell said today's kids. Excuse me, Kurt. Young people have no respect. You are
None.
right. You're right. Okay. Adrian McPherson said, "Not mine." All right. Julius Gray. The difference in back in the day, we took that ass whooping that we probably deserved and kept it moving.
Yes.
Today, if they can reach the phone, we'll call he said, what is DAFCS, and or possibly go to jail for abuse. All right. Kids today are way more disrespectful. All right. Let's see. Let's go down. I'm sorry, guys. Then Julius Gray again said hands, feet, elbows, leg drops, body slams,
pumps,
stones,
Stone Cold Stunner,
rock bottoms, you
talking about when we raise hand, do we need to put hands on them?
Yeah, I get it. All right.
Norm said to break that heel off of that pump and hit you with it. Yeah, that's how I got
my mom threw a pump at me.
Yeah.
I remember you told me the story. Yeah.
Little stick in you.
Terrence DJ T Smooth Bracewell said, good early afternoon, everyone. Glad I caught up with you without being at the end. And what's happening, Jack? Hey, what's going on? All right, so let's go down. All right, Kaz Minor. What about the days when you were back with your friends cursing at the end of the block and Miss Polly heard you?
Yes.
Then whip that ass.
Yeah, your neighbor whooped your ass.
Then call your mom before you get
And then
halfway
your
up the
mama
block
whoop your
where your
ass.
mom is waiting for you
Right.
at the door talking about you out there embarrassing me again. Then tell you wait till your father get home.
Wait till your father gets home.
You ever get whooped in the street all the way to your house? When your mama come get you, whoop your ass to the house till your father get home.
Trifecta.
Yeah, wait till your father.
So,
Yeah.
So
yes,
Dee
trifecta.
Dee
3
said
ass whoopings.
all mother and fathers had to do was give that look.
Yes.
All right, and don't let them have on glasses.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, that's the look. And we shut it down and didn't move. We were taught respect and had to fear our parents. Unlike today's kid, they have no respect for anyone or anything, and they don't fear adult authority
at all.
They don't.
Any authority.
They don't. They be. I worked in the school system. They really be in kindergarten. Now, mind you, you just got your wiggle legs. You just got out of pull-ups, and you're in a teacher. In the school telling the teacher what you're not gonna do, flipping desks, cussing out the teacher, and then a parent comes in there and gets mad at the teacher. I've been in there. That's why I was like, I can't do this. I gotta go.
You know what my little dumb ass used
I
to
be in
do?
jail.
What's that?
When I was in middle school, after, like, we right by the train tracks. Maxon Middle School is right by the train tracks. So I used to come and take out my money, my coins, right, and line them up on the train tracks, right?
Why?
And let the train, because it would mash
It would
it,
flatten
and then we would put a hole in it, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Wear it around your neck, whatever, like that.
Okay, that's a boy thing.
So like, I was doing that. Cops saw me.
On the train track.
Cops saw me, took me down. The charge was I was trying to derail the train.
Wow.
Because that's what I'm
With
thinking.
coins?
Go ahead.
No, the charge was, and I was, luckily I was underage.
Wow.
But he said, look, we gonna call your parents. I was like, nah, just lock me up. Both my parents
Showed up.
came down to the Plainfield Police Department, and my mother walked in with the,
You embarrassing.
I'm gonna
get home.
tear
I'm gonna
you
beat
up.
your
When you
ass.
get home, and my father just said, no, man. That's how you said my name. That's how you said my name. My father said, no, man.
Why he hit you with the
And
full
gave me the
name?
look. And gave me the look. Right? So the officer was telling what happened and blah, 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 blah.
my God.
And then, so the officer was like, so, Mr. Bradley, like, what should we do? My mother said, lock his ass up. That's what my mother said. My mother said, just like this. She said, lock his ass up.
Wow.
And my father said, oh, no, he coming home.
Oh, Lord, put me in the
And then I
cell.
was like,
Put me in the
it
cell.
was that fear.
Oh, so did you tell a police officer?
Yeah, just lock me up. I'm good.
Back then, we respected that fear.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
that
man.
fear alone
Yes.
where I never put another coin
Yes.
on the train track. And I thought I was just harmlessly doing something that was funny, whatever.
You weren't gonna derail a train with a nickel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking that was my thought. Like, what are you trying to derail
But
the
the
train?
fear was enough.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting that you said that while I was thinking? I promise you that's how cool the police were back when I was a kid. The police would pull you over whatever and call you.
Policing was way
No,
different.
no.
Yeah, they were.
We got to
They
talk
were.
about
It was
this. In my community,
Yeah.
they would scare you, put you in the back of the car, never touch you, and then call your parents. And you were like, oh my God. And they have the mean face or whatever on you. Like when you got caught shoplifting or, whatever you were doing, loitering or whatever.
Right.
All they would do would be to call you, but she was so terrified. So I wonder what happened between us, because in my community, not to say I was cool with the police, I was afraid of the police.
Yeah.
But they certainly weren't killing me, whatever. You know what I mean?
Listen, let me say this to you.
And they lived in my community.
It didn't help. It didn't help with my brother.
And the cops knew my father.
That was
and
the difference.
The jail. It
was different now.
He stayed in a police car. It didn't help him.
Yeah,
I will say
this about Plainfield, New Jersey.
It scared me.
90% of them were pretty cool.
Yeah,
nice.
they were.
When I was a kid, police was cool as hell.
90% of them.
But like you said, also
Cool
a lot of them lived in the communities. They lived in a community.
Today
also.
I don't know where.
So it was different because you weren't just. It wasn't just a job that you coming in and arresting people, beating people, locking people up. You know, these people were your neighbors. You knew these people.
P, they used to walk the beat too. They wasn't always in the car.
That's what I'm saying.
They would walk around with
it was different.
Play
it was
basketball
way different.
with you, everything.
That's when you could tell your children that the police are your friends.
If you get lost, the cops bring you home.
Go to the police. Now, man, listen.
What happened?
I mean, that's when they used to be, not all, because there's always been bad apples, but that's when they used to protect, when they had protect and serve on the car, that's when they used to do.
But I look at them.
They don't even have that on there no more.
No, because that's not their job anymore. Their job is not. I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
You don't see that on any police car anymore.
No.
To protect and serve.
But I look at
that's
them
not
as
their jobs anymore.
As somebody I would go to, not run from.
What is their job?
Wow.
Their job is.
I thought they were a public
job
servant.
is to listen.
Oh.
Go tell that to a cop.
I think
what?
I seen protect and serve.
It
must have been an old car because
You
it
will
ain't
not
on the
see
new
that
ones.
on any
No.
police
I
vehicle.
don't
We
think
need to
I've
go
seen
back
it
to
anymore.
that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
It's
seen
not.
it anymore.
They should go back to that. I think
It's
so.
not.
That's not their job
Go
anymore.
Much as we bang on the police, back in the day, they was cool as hell.
Yeah.
Now, shout out to everybody on checking, man.
Yes. And
Listening
thank
to
you
us
so
on
much
the
for
other
the
platforms.
comments.
Yeah. Salute to everybody with the comments and everything. We're gonna try to get to most of them and read them.
Yes, Dee said, I'm done, Norm. Derailed the train.
Yeah, he just
Lock
trying to
your
scare you.
ass up. You were in trouble.
I would have rather got locked up than my ass whooped.
I've
That's
never
just
heard
me.
that before. Put in some coins on it. Yes, I would think you're trying to derail
I used
the
to put
train.
rocks
No,
on
make them flat.
Pennies.
That's
it
a
makes,
boy
it makes
thing.
them flat.
You're such a
heard that
girl.
before.
I used to put
Such
rocks
a
on
pretty
it.
ass.
You know
I
how
know
to
what
have
you're
rocks
talking
on
about.
Oh, you
it.
put rocks?
I used to
Such
put
a
rocks
girl.
on it.
Oh, he was trying to
I
derail
just wanted
the
to watch
train.
it knock the rocks off.
Nah, you was trying to do
Whatever.
How you gonna put the big ass rocks?
The
to
big
rock
ass rocks, yeah.
Oh man, come
It's a
on, bro.
train.
I cannot.
Look, we used to throw rocks at the rats at the train. We used to throw rocks at the rats.
Yeah.
At
What?
the train
You should
station.
throw rocks at the train.
No, rats
too.
live in a tunnel and outside of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So we would throw rocks at the rat, try to hit them.
Don't do nothing to the train.
ghetto,
Because
baby.
there's people on that train.
He's gonna end you.
Don't
end
throw
you in a
rocks at
cop
the
car.
train. None
That's
of
how
that.
we have
I'm
fun.
just saying, it was a
I
kid.
cannot.
That's why I need discipline.
A
Right,
kid
yeah.
died
Jesus.
throwing a rock at a train, a
What, it
moving
hit him
train.
back?
Because
It hit him back?
Bounced back.
Yikes.
But you didn't know no
I
better.
believe that.
Oh my
Yeah, it's a
God.
freak accident.
Oh, you don't get that close when you're throwing a rock.
Yeah, freak accident. That's
What
what
you
leave,
say?
But we
You
used to
don't
run
get
the
that
streets
close?
with no adult supervision at all.
leave
I
the
cannot.
trains
Run the
alone.
streets.
You can hurt people.
You know I've
Yeah,
never
that's true.
walked on the train tracks.
No.
I'm
right.
scared.
No?
So-
Just wanted to just
You're
say
a
that.
girl.
No.
You're a girl.
What led to this topic today? Disciplining
Yes.
your child back in the day and now. What's the difference? Is again the recent death of Joe Jackson.
Yes.
Because I've seen some people with some crazy comments,
some mean-
and
What?
some mean
Yeah.
comments.
He ain't even been in the ground yet.
Yeah,
Serves them right.
People horrible.
This, that. I've seen.
I don't agree with that.
People on social media are horrible.
Yeah.
We don't know what actually transpired in the Jackson household.
Exactly.
And
But we know greatness
as far-
came out of it.
Yes,
Thank
and as
you.
far
That
as
changed the world. It
as far
changed the
as that,
world.
if you were on the outside looking in, you would think my father was real mean and did this, whatever, like that. No, let me tell you something. Norman Bradley,
Yes.
when he got his ass beat by his parents, deserved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Deserved it.
So did
because
Pierre.
Even if you didn't do something then, you was gonna do something next week.
Because my father, you knew my father when he was alive. He was cool as hell.
Yes, he
People
was.
loved him.
Yes.
Just good peeps.
Yes, Okay. sir.
You know, he was stern. He didn't take no mess. He would.
and look how you turned out, sir.
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Look how you turned out.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, spare the rod.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You're gonna have a monster on your
There's
hands.
such a different relationship that children have with their parents. Because in order to afford to go to Chad school, my grandmother and my father put me through school. So of course, my grandmother whooped my ass. If it got back to my father in between his two jobs, look, if the ass whooping my grandmother put on me wasn't enough, and my father had to whoop my ass
They
in that
tag
30
teamed you.
minutes between his first job and his second job, oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Now I gotta beat your behind before I go to work. Now I'm
I go to
mad.
my second job.
When you look at this family right here, right? So
Yes.
when you look at this, right, and that's why, and you see all the kids, and you
Yes.
see Joe Jackson and Catherine Jackson. And you know, I don't even care.
Janet
I don't even know half the names. Janet,
Reedy,
that's
Randy.
Tito, Randy, and
Did you point
Ronnie,
at
Or is that Latoya?
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
I cannot.
stop.
Okay, all of them. Just say all of them.
So is that Latoya?
Latoya, Reby. Latoya,
I
Reby,
think that's
Janet.
Reby.
Latoya, Reby, Janet.
I think that's
females.
Reby.
There's only 2 females.
Actually, it's
mother.
3.
That's the mother.
It's
Latoya,
3.
Reby, and Janet.
It's the-
There's only 2 in the picture.
On the
Yeah.
picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so they look happy here, right?
Yeah.
They look happy here. This was a good day, I guess.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. They look happy here. You know what I'm saying? They look happy here. And even this, they look cool here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look cool here. We don't know what transpired. And sometimes people say things out of, we don't know if it was a situation where it's,
I think that's Reby though.
yeah, where Joe blacked out one day and smacked the mess out of one of them, or he got the belt and beat them because they didn't do their homework or something. We don't, you know, if it was like that or whatever, look how all them kids turned out.
Yes.
And look how successful
The family.
you got out of that. You got 2 icons
Yes. Yes.
from that family.
Yes.
You know, Michael,
Independently wealthy.
yeah, and Janet,
Yes.
and then the other ones are doing okay
Yeah,
too.
doing fine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Yes.
we don't really know. So when I see people making a mean-spirited comments or whatever like that based on whatever, and trust me, if it was that bad, they would never talk to that man again.
Facts.
If it was really that bad.
Facts.
Was it just normal back in the day discipline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes the kids overreact. You know, well, you should never put your hand on your child, and he beat us. Okay, I got beat. You got
Yeah.
beat.
I got beat.
You got
For
you didn't
sure.
you got beat.
I got
All
a
right.
couple of spankings.
All right. So
Oh, yeah.
So is your parents, our parents, on the Joe Jackson level, or they just was doing how it was done back in the day with discipline,
That's how it was
and
done.
how their parents did to them?
That's how it was
You
done.
want to know? You want to know what it was? He was. I'll equate him to LeVar Ball. He was LeVar Ball before LeVar Ball. The only thing that this man did was groom his children
For greatness. That's all he did.
That's what he did, and
That's
he
what he
did
did.
it by whatever means he felt necessary. Whether they wanted to practice, you're going to practice. You know, a lot of time, you know, he used to have them practice a lot. You know, but how you get good at anything? Repetition,
Of
right?
course.
Repetition
For mastery
makes
to occur.
exactly. So, while other kids might have been playing, you know, and this, that, and the third, he was grooming them for greatness.
Yes.
Whether you want to admit to that or not. Like look at the Jackson family and the Jackson legacy. It can never be replaced by any other family and or any other legacy. There would
This is true.
never be another Jackson family.
True.
I wanna illustrate the difference in generations. Did everybody see Fences with Denzel Washington? Did everybody see that?
I didn't see it.
all of
Okay,
them.
here's the thing. Quickly, the father was an authoritarian. I take my father; he was like Joe Jackson or my grandfather. So I take my daughter to see the movie, and my daughter goes, "He was the most horrible human being." I was like, "This, that's Grandpa," and I had such an affection for the character. Was he ignorant? Did he drink? Did he not do everything he was supposed to do? But my daughter looked at it completely differently. Like,
Yeah.
this guy's abusive. This guy's this guy's that. Listen, masculinity was that way. Okay,
Exactly.
and if it's so wrong, how come it produced so many great men and women?
Yeah.
Why is people from that generation in their 80s or whatever? That's the civil rights movement. That's the person that when he was a little kid could not vote. That's the person that could serve his country but could not be served at the dinner table or drink at a water fountain.
Exactly. Right.
Like so before you run your mouth, right? Don't disrespect the fact that what they did give you the right to talk crap about them. Like I don't like that. Now I'm not for abuse or nothing, but you spoiled, soft, no talent, no discipline, expect something for nothing, think you could screw your way to the top without no talent. That's not the way. That's not the way Papa Joe and my grandfather, my father, and P's father, etc. Right? And you met my daughter. My daughter's very. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain way you're supposed to raise kids.
Yes.
You want to be their friends?
Exactly.
You want to hang out with them?
Go right ahead.
Go right ahead.
ahead.
I'ma stick
Not
to
in my
Papa.
house.
Me
Yeah.
personally,
Yeah.
I ain't going like beat their ass that bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll
You know
never
what
be
I'm
my
trying to
child's
say,
friend.
Jane. I know your little grandbaby get a little poom poom when she need it. Like,
Oh,
stop
for sure.
playing.
So let me
Stop
say
playing.
this. I remember. I this is the God's honest truth. I was about 14, and my mother and my oldest sister, my oldest sister was very disrespectful.
Yeah.
She didn't get what came out her mouth. And if you called her to be, she called you one right back. All right. So I remember my mother, she got into a disagreement, right?
Oh boy.
So she had a kid at the time, little baby, because she had a baby young as well, like my mom. And she said, don't do nothing for her. I don't care what she asked you to do. Now I'm in the middle.
Right.
What I got to do with this? So my sister said to me, she said, she was like, Jackie, can you take this pamper outside for me? Because my mother didn't allow dirty diapers in her house. Put it in a plastic bag, take it outside. I took it outside, and who greeted me at the door? My mother. I'm gonna tell you what she greeted me with. A 2x4.
Wow. Damn.
All for throwing a pamper in the garbage. So I took it as if she couldn't do it to my sister. So I'm the passive one.
Right.
She literally, I swear to God, if I did not do this, she would have cracked me across my skull.
Wow.
I did call diapers on it though. I ain't gonna lie.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
She
went too far. She went too far.
My grandmother would beat my ass with the dish cord, the little long thing. She'd beat me with that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Let me read this comment
Go ahead, read
from
that.
Rona Bennett. Rona Bennett, y'all know her. She's in Vogue, and she was also the actress that was in the Jamie Foxx show.
Yes.
The one he used to sing with.
Yes.
Whatever.
Jingles Unlimited. Yeah.
Rona Bennett, and she's a friend on my page. We talk every now and then on social media. She posted a picture of Joe Jackson up. And She said, "This man is responsible for guiding and grooming some of the greatest talent of our time. He has made a prolific contribution to music. Bless us to the legacy of Joe Jackson."
Yeah.
So now, there were people commenting on the page, and it's funny. So let me read this one comment from this dude, James. So James McCaffrey, he said, "So sad, rest in peace, Mr. Joe Jackson. I don't agree with some of the things he did, but he did have a vision for his kids, and he kept them out of trouble and off the streets and out of gangs and out of jail and raised them to be one of the most talented and successful families of all time, and helped his family achieve success beyond their wildest dreams, and probably motivated Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson and have gave them the drive for them to be the best musical artists, whatever they can be."
Yes.
And then there was some people going hard. You know what I'm saying? Like going hard on them and saying the opposite. I see Rona deleted a lot of the negative comments.
Okay, good.
But yeah. Some people were going in.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. I wouldn't have deleted anything. I would have left them there so people could see just how ignorant people can be. Because I'm gonna say, when someone died, when did we start kicking them before they get cold in the ground?
That's the culture we live in.
Why would we do that?
That's the culture we live in.
Listen, someone lost a husband.
A father.
Someone lost a grandfather. Someone
father.
lost a father. Why would we do this? Defame this guy. He's not even cold in the ground, and you're putting up this negative stuff about this man. That's not cool to me.
I'm gonna do you one better. Stop with attacking black male patriarchs. Stop with attacking, men that did what they had to do. At 47 years old, I'm still crying about an ass woman I got in 1976. I say thank you for the ass woman that I got. Take it how you want it.
Yeah.
Stop.
They rounded.
Probably should have got more.
Stop taking our black men that created other men and tearing them down and tearing them apart and giving me this feminine, wimpy energy. Stop doing that.
Now,
stop disrespecting it. Stop it. Stop.
And like Smooth P said earlier, there's a difference between discipline and abuse.
Yes.
Huge difference.
Child abuse
Yes.
is a whole different ball game.
Yeah, like getting hit by a 2x4.
What is classified today as
General,
child abuse?
they say the way you was raised is child abuse. If somebody was looking at my grandmother whooping if somebody came in 77 and seen my grandmother whooping ass, they would say that was abuse. I don't look at it like that. So
I don't look at it like that either.
All right.
I guess they changed the meaning over time.
And why did they?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Gotta fill up the jails.
Yeah,
Right.
Darryl Turner on Rona's page said Joe Jackson was one of your greatest businessmen, entrepreneurs.
Come on, bro.
He was the kind of father that a lot of our kids today need.
Fact.
OG.
Yes.
They said discipline. His work ethic was hard, but guess what? His children were not in any gangs. you know, and none of them got locked up. This is true.
An undisciplined young African American male is a dead one. An undisciplined young man, 18, 19, strapping muscles with no discipline, he's dead. Yeah. So what are we saying here?
Now, I seen somebody in our chat, in our comments, said he overworked them.
See, I don't believe that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, go ahead.
Respectfully disagree.
I don't believe that when you see something in your child is an investment, and if you don't invest in your children, I'm just saying you already did them a disservice. So yes, listen. If I'm gonna honestly say this, if my mother had come to all of my basketball games, I promise you, I don't know where I would have been, because back then a lot of times parents didn't support because they were so busy, because their lives was busy. But he invested in
that's a good point.
Kids.
Yes, that's a good point.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's a good point.
Clap that up.
That is a good point.
But you know the crazy thing? The crazy thing is that, all right, so I've seen a lot going on in this entertainment business. So when you say, okay, he overworked them, the only thing I can say about that is the psychological effect that it had on Michael and Jen. Is that they started overworking themselves. They started doing that to themselves.
I don't know if you guys ever heard that interview many years ago when Michael was young and he was doing a radio interview, and he had to get this one phrase right. Like, he kept getting it wrong. And the guy goes, "I know it's okay, we can edit." He's like, "No." Like, his father had embedded that ethic in him that I have to do it perfect.
Yes,
so
he didn't
perfect. Stop until he got it perfect. So how is that wrong to instill something in your child that say, you know what, don't be mediocre, be great, or whatever it is that you're doing, and don't let somebody else tell you that it's okay and it's all right when it's not. You know what I'm saying? If you know what your potential and your greatness is, shoot for it. Like I said, he was in this interview. He would not stop. He kept getting this one little part wrong. He's like, no, do it over. Do it over. And then he got it perfect. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And what is the complaint that we have against our young people now? That they don't have work ethic.
Yeah.
My father father got an award from Otis Men's Shop for not missing a day of work in over 25 years.
Wow.
The man had a stroke at his desk at work.
Wow.
Okay? So, incredible. Every man in my life I ever saw, including these ones that I'm sitting right now, have incredible. How is work ethic bad? You want to raise these lazy, soft, sissified men. Then you want to complain. Wait. Then you want to complain that they're not men.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Let men raise young men. Keep your mouth off all of that stuff with the diapers and the police and the this and the that. We're getting softer.
Your
we're getting soft. I'm 50 years old. I can't be out here screaming and yelling in the street. I need to know that I got a disciplined son that has incredible work ethic.
You got to time out.
My ass.
You got to time out. Go in the corner.
What does that mean?
Your time is up.
Look, these little kids, because of the rules put in place now, little kids is making a phone call. Once they get a little slap on the butt, they're making phone calls now. And like you said, diapers is rolling up to the crib, and you got home services or family services getting involved and everything. And you're like,
is that who you want your daughter to marry?
My house if
that
you
little
want
soft, wimpy man? That's who you want to be
all
a baby daddy?
All I did was pop him on the leg.
Come on,
you can't do that. You can't do that.
All right. Then you take them.
You can't call the kids bad anymore in school either.
You can't what?
You can't say the word. You can't call them bad. You can't be like, you so bad, you can't say that.
You're so pacifying.
You can't.
And,
you cannot say that.
You can't say that?
Nope.
We're so
you cannot
pacifying.
say that. Rose Park, am I lying? You cannot say that. You cannot call kids bad anymore.
Get a trophy for losing.
Yeah.
Get a trophy. Your ass lost.
Everybody gets a trophy.
I beat you. You a loser.
Everybody
That's
gets a trophy.
how we did it back in the day. And I got better.
But no,
because I got tired of losing all the time.
You can't do that because everybody has to feel important.
Get a participation trophy.
Participation
You got a trophy for being a damn loser. Loser. You lost, I won.
They have a program. I'm not sure if it's still in effect. They have a program in Jersey in schools called the No Child Left Behind program.
They still have that.
They do, right? That's done. So even if you're not making the criteria, you go to the next grade. Like,
so
you got left behind because you failed, dummy.
So I work hard all year long. I've gotten A's and B's all year long.
Struggle.
Now you a DF student, and they gonna pass
you get the same as me,
man. Bye.
Listen. When I got left back, my grandmother cussed the principal out so bad they skipped me a grade.
Wow.
That's the truth.
Wow.
That's the truth. I graduated from high school. I was in college at 17.
Wow.
My grandmother blacked out and was like, "Yo, dumb ass is gonna crack a book." That's why I'm an intellectual today.
Yeah.
For real, I had a lot of trouble in school. My grandmother was like, I am not spending all this damn money at Tad School for you to get left behind from 5th to 6th grade. She went in there, they skipped me, and the rest is history.
Wow. 5th and 6th grade. Yeah, so getting back to that, these kids, they definitely need some discipline.
Yeah.
Because when you start dressing your children like you, there's a problem.
Agreed.
Okay. Y'all know I wear chokers, right? I love them. 5-year-olds and 4-year-olds are wearing chokers.
That's disgusting.
That's a problem.
You sexualizing children.
Here's the problem. It's like with all these new rule changes,
Yeah.
you can't do this no more with kids. You can't say this no more. You can't do this. You're conditioning them to not properly be prepared for the real world.
Exactly.
Say that again, for the real world.
You are conditioning them to not properly be prepared for the real world.
Yes.
And it's going to cause a problem out there.
Because the real world has 0 F's to give.
Yes. So when they're faced with some type of adversity
0 F's.
or some problems
0
or some
F's.
situations, they're going to be like this.
Yeah.
They're
Don't know how to handle it.
It's like a shock to them because
I wish I could clap that up 1,000,001 times.
I don't know how to react to
Let
this
me
situation.
just say, because you're doing them a disservice.
Because you took all this away and you can't do this. You can't
An
do that.
undisciplined black child is dead or in prison.
Stop.
Wow.
The world is not nice.
No.
Your kids
Not
is going
to us, it ain't.
your kids is going to get called a punk. Your kids is going to get called a bitch. Your kids is going to get called stupid. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Unless you live in a bubble.
Prepare them on how to deal with
life.
Life and people saying bad things about them and everything. And if you properly prepare them, they can handle situations like bullying.
Facts.
Like bullying.
Better woman up on the streets.
Honestly, I think that's the reason why the young suicide rate is so high.
Agreed.
It's because we have done such a disservice to our children, not teaching them how to be a little tougher and how to have thicker skin, and that everybody's not going to be nice and good self-esteem. So they fall into the right. Like I said, something happens and they don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? And it's such a disservice on so many different levels. We got to do better.
We do have to do better.
Yeah. I was the runner of the litter, not athletic. My father played basketball and football, right? And I was skinny and small. Yo, I never got picked for sports. Nothing. Do you know I fenced today? I'm an athlete because I was like, one day, no, I'm going to be an
athlete.
And I chose a sport, fencing, which was individualistic. When I was like, look at me. I don't got to pass no ball. It's all me.
Yeah.
If I would have been raised like, it's okay, Dawu.
Yeah.
My cousins, we used to play touch football. They used to hit me up against the car, stomp on me on the concrete, like sissy, and I'll be like, and they would punch me.
We used to play tackle in the street.
All right.
And now people are like, oh, you such an alpha male, Dawu. I was created. Thank you. Thank you.
So you know what? Today we were talking about disciplining your child back in the day, and now what's the difference? And you're on the Man Cave Morning Show.
Yeah.
Please make sure you share this out because this is interesting, and you might know someone who might need to hear this. Yeah. But guess what? What's going on the 4th of July, which is next week?
Guys, make sure you're there. Greenbrook Park. Not Greenbrook. Cedarburg Park. Sorry.
You sending them to the wrong park?
One of them brooks.
BKS1 Radio.
We'll be at Cedarburg Park.
Yes.
Following the parade, but the parade is going to be on Front Street starting at 10 a.m. We will be in the building. We're going to be emceeing that event. DJing, everything will be there. We're going to be on 2 blocks. One going to be on one corner, the other one going to be on the other corner. You need to be there. 10 a.m. sharp. That is going to be the parade in Plainfield. Then shortly after that, at 5 p.m. sharp, we're going to be at Cedarburg Park.
Cedarburg.
Cedarburg.
Correct.
Don't go to Greenbrook.
5 p.m. sharp.
Or Valley Brook.
Because listen, it's going to start whether you're there or not. And don't come there saying, oh my God, I missed them. You probably will.
Yeah, because the lineup order is going to be crazy different this year.
No CP time.
And who's the group that we're going to have first?
Well, we don't know who we're going to have
first.
That's I'm talking about what's on here on the flyer.
Okay, all right. The ladies of Scott. You know Scott. Sing it, man. Let's celebrate. loving each other, hearing each other.
If you don't know the words,
why we don't know the words?
If you don't know the words,
The two DJ producers don't know the words. La 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 la.
That's how you do
la,
when you
la,
don't know
la,
the
la,
words.
And
Yes.
then Surface.
Yes, Surface gonna be in the building.
Surface, you know Surface song. Come on, man. Let's rock it, P. Only you know what can make me happy. On BKS.
Yes, yes, all right. And Allure is gonna be
and then
there.
Allure, R&B group Allure.
You don't want to miss them. I'm sorry. Don't.
Cried out over you.
I cannot. All right. Jay Chosen.
Yo, Jay Chosen from NBC's The Voice.
Yes.
That kid was killing him. Jay Chosen's going to be rocking out live July 4th.
Yes.
Cedar Brook Park. And then check this out.
Yes.
If you love the cultures, like the Latino cultures,
Yes.
and the Jamaican culture, we got
Yes.
a dope salsa band
Yes. Yes,
called
yes.
La Control.
La Control. They're
La
going to be in
Control.
the building.
Ding, 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 ding,
Uh-oh.
ding, 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 ding,
And then we
You
have
know
the
that music that
Splash.
be on
They're
when you
going to
go
be
on
in
the
the
bodega?
building. Awesome
No
reggae group.
woman,
Yes.
don't cry.
They're coming all the way from
Hey.
Brooklyn.
I shot the sheriff,
And I did not shoot the deputy.
I cannot.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, in the New Jersey
Yes, the New
connection.
Jersey
Yes,
connection.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Plainfield Zone, New
They will
Jersey
be-
connection,
they will be in the
man.
building as well.
Yes, they're gonna be killing it, and
And then
also,
Steve Lavelle.
man, amazing
Man.
vocalist.
Yes, yes,
When
yes.
you hear this kid
Yes,
do what
Steve
he
Lavelle.
does, trust me, amazing
Fire.
vocalist Steve Lavelle. But it's gonna be an awesome concert lineup. And
Yes.
guess what? We giving out some special surprises.
Yes. Norm will be on the 1s and 2s at the actual
Zika, zika,
part,
zika.
and then following shortly after all of the, the acts and the singers, all of those things happen. We're gonna do the fireworks at 9 p.m.
The
sharp.
city of Plainfield is going to be killing it. Shout out to the city of Plainfield giving an awesome parade and
Yes.
an awesome concert
So
on
if
the
you don't have
4th
any
of July,
plans,
Cedar Brook Park.
you need to be there for the parade. Then you might go
No.
home for a little bit,
No.
but you need to be at
No.
that part
No.
and get your seat next
Even-
to that stage.
No.
You're gonna need it. Yes,
Even
sir.
if they got plans.
Yeah,
Plan to be
but
there.
I'm saying if you don't have
I'll
plans,
mess with
we
you,
need
sis.
you guys there. Come support BKS. We're gonna be in the building.
Yes.
We'll have some surprises that we're gonna be doing, and you just come and support Black businesses
Yes.
and Black
Yes.
radio.
Yes.
Okay, we
Black
need more of that. All
excellence.
right, so we
Clap
need you
that
guys
up.
to
Black
come here and
entrepreneurship.
support us. And just have a great time, all right?
gonna
And
be a
enjoy
great
yourself.
time.
There's supposed to be vendors there as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Vendors,
so,
food, everything.
I mean, if you want to bring your own food, that's fine.
We giving out some prizes.
We giving out prizes
Yeah.
too. So please make sure you come there July 4th,
Yes.
10 a.m. sharp, right on Front
That's the
Street.
parade.
That's
But
the
look,
parade.
and then
Yes.
if that's too early for you, get down there early enough to get your
Get your
lawn chairs.
spots.
Bring your lawn chairs. I heard some people are bringing in buses.
Really
I
nice.
heard that yesterday.
Nice.
Some people
Oh.
are taking a bus to the park.
That's what's up.
Someone told me yesterday
That's
because
nice.
they want to set their tents up early. They want to bring their lawn chairs early. It's a family-friendly event. Bring your kids.
And bring your bug spray.
Bring grandma, bring your auntie, whatever. The music
Yes.
that day in the park is going to be
It's gonna be
incredible.
phenomenal.
The performance is going to be incredible. That's
Yeah.
all I can say, and it's free.
Check
Yeah.
on
And
page.
leave your
She got a lot
drama
of stuff.
home.
Yeah.
She
Shout
got a lot
out
of
to the
stuff on
city of
stage.
Plainfield.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always
It's always drama
a
free. Yeah.
nice time. It's
Yeah.
always drama
Good
free.
respect.
Oh,
So
yeah,
make
it's
sure
always
you,
a
make
nice
sure
time.
you check out Norm's
Respect.
page because he have a lot of stuff where we've been at events like this and they have been phenomenal. So make sure you go to his page and make sure you share this 4th of July celebration
Yes.
out, okay?
And
And make
once-
sure you come out and
Yes.
show us some love as well.
And once again, this is given by the city of
city
Plainfield
of
and it's
Plainfield.
sponsored
Yes.
by the Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's going to be an awesome day, Wednesday, July 4th in the city of Plainfield.
In the city of
and
Plainfield.
look, man, we
Yes.
had a great time today.
Yes,
Yes,
we
yes,
did.
An awesome
Yes.
show.
We'll get to that other topic maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes, okay.
And shout out to everybody on the check-in.
Yes.
And just remember
And
something.
on our other platforms as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And stay
Love the
tuned for the
squad.
Rosemary
Love the
Gomez
squad.
show.
Rosemary Gomez.
Rosemary Gomez.
Rosemary.
Yes, all right. So
All
today
right.
is Thursday. She will be following shortly after we get off
Yes.
here. Make sure you keep
All
it
right.
locked, okay? Because remember, it's never
Never
about
about
us.
It's never about us.
It's always about you.
Always about you.
Because you
are
are
the next best kept secret.
We
We are
love
outta
you
here.
guys.
Wakanda
We're out.
forever.
Thank you so
Bang,
much for
bang,
joining
bang,
us.
bang, bang. Gun
Enjoy
shot.
your Thursday.
See y'all tomorrow, man. And I love you people. Once again, happy birthday, sis. Trish. Tree. Happy birthday.
And you're on BKS1 Radio.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouvet.
I'm paying you later.
Hey, I'm the queen of comedy some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes, yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming on. This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on BKS1 Radio.